this year's president of the New York chapter of the American Fisheries Society. My name is Rivera, though many of you know me as Jelly. A name I've learned is best introduced clearly at the start of a conference. For those who don't know me, for the past 4 years, I've been the fisheries technician in the DC Region 2 office. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, where I had countless opportunities to connect with nature in different ways, experiencing things that helped me shape my passion for fish and the aquatic system today. I've been an active member of the New York chapter for about 4 years, serving as the communications chair. Yes, that was me running around past few conferences ago. And when I was asked if I would consider stepping into the role of president, my eyes widened, I was excited, but most importantly, I was honored. And here I am today. On behalf of the New York chapter and the Northeastern division of the American Fisheries Society, it is truly an honor to welcome you to the 2026 conference here in beautiful Saratoga Springs. Seeing more than 300 professionals and students in one place is very, very impressive, and also a little bit intimidating. It also means that if you're looking for someone to talk about your favorite fish, your favorite data set, or even your favorite sampling gear, you're absolutely in the right place, and there's no other crowd that I'd rather be in. We've gathered from across states, provinces, and agencies, bringing with us a remarkable range of expertise, perspective, and lived experiences. And there's no better place for this conversation than Saratoga Springs, a community shaped by water, from its famous mineral springs to the surrounding rivers, wetlands, and headwater system. This region reminds us of how deeply water connects ecosystems, community, and the history across the Northeast. This year's theme, The Water That Unites Us, mapping fisheries across the Northeastern ecosystems, speaks to something fundamental about our work. Water does not recognize boundary, and fish, as we know, they just keep swimming. But challenges we face, like climate change, habitat loss, invasive species, and balancing conservation with use, those are the shared challenges that require shared solutions. Across the northeastern ecosystems, from cold water streams and inland lakes to estuaries, the Great Lakes and coastal systems, these issues do not exist in isolation, and addressing them requires collaboration that is just as interconnected as the waters themselves. Fish, after all, are not specially concerned with our management plans, permit category, or even our fiscal years. That's why this conference truly matters. Over the next few days, these rooms are going to be filled with data, research, new ideas, and probably at least one figure that someone starts by saying the important part is the trend. But most importantly, they're going to be filled with conversations between researchers, managers, students, mentors, agencies, and partners that strengthen fisheries science and the management across our region. We encourage you to do more than just attend these sessions. Ask those bold questions. Share lessons learned, especially the hard ones. Seek out new collaborations, reconnect with colleagues and mentors, and take time to support the next generation of fishery professionals who are entering this field with energy, creativity, and hope. I would like to extend a sincere thank you to the Northeastern Division, the Executive Committee of the New York Chapter, our sponsors, organizers, speakers, and professionals. I would also like for all New York Chapter presidents to please stand up right now.
Right now.
Do I count?
Can AFS past officers please stand up? The reason why I did this is because this conference would not be possible without your dedication, support, and the contribution. Thank you. This conference is about stewardship, the stewardship of our waters, our fisheries, and our professional community. By coming together, sharing knowledge, and building trust across borders, we strengthen our collective ability to protect and sustain the aquatic resources that connect us all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the work you do every day. and thank you for contributing to a conference that reflects the very best of the American Fisheries Society. Thank you. Before I pass the mic on to Andrew, I would also like to remind everybody to please keep an eye out for the cutouts of jelly heading throughout the venue. Well, this activity is designed with students in mind. Everybody's welcome to participate. It is very fun, trust me. It gives you the opportunity to enter for a one-year student AFS membership. Yeah, just scan the QR code, follow the instructions on the back, and yeah, have fun with it, hide it again. And don't worry, no actual jellies were duplicated in the making of this activity. I'm the only one that's done it. And also, if you signed up to be a judge, please see Susan Fishman this afternoon for her to give you the judging sheets. She's standing over there. All right. And now I present to you Andrew Bate on behalf of the on the Northeastern Division. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Bate, past president of Northeastern Division, American Fisheries Society, do fish stuff for the state of Connecticut. Honored to be here today. Let's hear it for Jelly and the New York chapter executive committee and everybody who helped make this meeting a success, and for Chris finding a connection to get free beer for the summer. Awesome turnout. It's super exciting. There's over 300 of us here, like Jelly mentioned. I'm just going to share a brief anecdote of how AFS has shaped my career. I'm sort of a latecomer to fisheries. I was pre-med for the first few years of undergrad, and then a friend of mine suggested I take field methods in fish biology the summer before my senior year. And I thought, okay, this is a great opportunity to be a mole inside the fishery science industry, find some new fishing spots, whatever, right? And I ended up meeting Jason Bocoon, who's a professor at UConn and a past president of the Northeastern Division. And he sort of took me under his wing, made me realize that there's actually a career path here. It introduced me to Justin Davis, who is another past president of the Northeastern Division, who was a warm water biologist in Connecticut at the time, and convinced me to go to the 2013-2014 Winter Science Meeting of the Southern New England chapter. I was like, whoa, this is the coolest thing I have ever seen in my life. Like, just being blown away. In particular, Mike Bednarski, who's now the fish chief in Virginia, gave a talk about dam removal on the Mill River, and just seeing all these fish come back almost immediately after the dam was removed was so inspiring to me. It really changed my life. And Justin Davis ended up giving me a seasonal position, and that was largely based on the connection we made through AFS. At that meeting is where I asked for my first seasonal stint. And then I decided to go to grad school, and Jason Bocoon, who through AFS, or took me under his wing, recommended I go to the school that I ended up going to. And then when I ended up applying for jobs back in Connecticut, again, I was just completely relying on the network and the experiences and the exposure, all of which was birthed at various AFS meetings and through different AFS members. So I really can't encourage any early career professionals or students enough to get engaged, lean into that community, network, and let yourself be inspired by all the awesome stuff that's going on. And then I just want to touch on, this is sort of a challenging time for the American Fisheries Society in a number of ways. I'm serving as the only representative for the Northeastern Division right now, in large part due to two of our officers, Catherine Collette and Russ Lisi. They're sorry they weren't able to make it. They're in Canada. There's a number of U.S. policies right now that make it more challenging to foster international collaboration. And we're feeling that in the Northeastern Division. We are an international division in an international society, and we're feeling those effects. We're also feeling the effects of federal workforce reductions and various disruptions throughout federal government. That said, we've been a society since 1870. We've been through a lot worse, right? We've been through world wars and global pandemics, and I think we're going to figure it out today, just like we have figured it out every day since 1870. So in meetings like this, seeing all these faces here today make me feel really confident in the future of AFS despite whatever challenges we have. So that's all I got. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you.